Alright, stream is on. I need more drink. I need my tablet. So, while I wait for APR to notice me... Thank you. Vince, you left food in your bowl. I'm not going to give you more food.
No.
Hey, and APR has noticed me. So, hello, Internet. It is 2:46 p.m. on Friday, September 18th, 2020. I'm Mark Amsrai, DJ Amstrack. I'm holding court and taking my pills.
Welcome to the Court of Pills.
That's Daniel. He's working, or on lunch break, I presume. Ugh. Legs. So, today I'm going to be continuing Shadowrun Returns. When last we left our intrepid Shadowrunner, he was spending the night in a Megacorp HQ. That sounds safe, doesn't it?
Do you think he has to poop?
I mean, everybody poops.
Sometimes.
That's not the song that my brain went to, but... Everybody poops, and if they don't, they're an android and should be destroyed. Come on, game. Computer? Don't have a cursor. I can't hold tab. Would you mind checking the stream and making sure I'm still on? Please. Because, yeah? What? How?
Oh, very low lag. Wow. It's like 3 seconds.
Okay, so y'all are seeing way more than I'm seeing right now. Take a look at this. Just black screen.
What the hell up?
Could I play by just looking over my shoulder? That would be stupid.
Oh.
No.
Since I know what's up.
What?
Skip thing. Activate.
Is it trying to put output on the wrong screen? Although when the TV's off, it doesn't recognize it as a viable output. So, but I can do that much at least.
There's the cursor.
Yeah.
Look upon it. You can see it shine there.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably use it to access Task Manager.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Okay, let's try this again. Things task. Okay. So now I can see what's going on. Okay. Let's try this again. Oh, and also... Yeah, I don't even have the sound set to headphones. I wasn't going to be hearing anything.
Oh no, a new GeForce driver is out.
I already installed it. Meow.
Oh no, the malware by its premium trial I didn't intentionally activate expires in 1 hour.
Okay, there we go. Stream look fine? Yeah, stream looks fine. Cool. You hunker down in the janitor's locker room amid the smells of industrial strength cleansers for floor wax and body odor. I cannot talk right now. Hunker down, for wax. You gotta keep those fours shiny.
Body wax and floor odor.
Sleep is impossible as you must be constantly on your guard for the telltale sounds of security teams or building maintenance crews. Morning eventually comes, and with it, another chance at Project Aegis. Good morning, mon ami. You look well. Better have a good reason for locking me in here overnight. Given Mr. Silverstar's paranoia about security, we could not get into his office in a straightforward manner last night. However, thanks to the mayhem created by you and your Shadowrunners, a situation ripe for exploitation now exists. Ripe for exploitation, eh? Oui. While you waited here, I continued to probe, looking into some of the less secure, more mundane Telestrian office files. Shipping records indicate that Mr. Silverstar recently took delivery of several paintings he commissioned after being promoted to VP of Telestrian Security. The shipment was called Our Values. On the same day, Building Maintenance reported installing the artwork in his office at the same time as a piece of equipment purchased from Fuji Corp. Although they attempted to obfuscate its use, I believe it is the safe. I'm betting the artwork and the safe are tied together somehow. You are very bright. Mr. Silverstar is personally conducting the investigation into last night's break-in. He is interviewing personnel who may have pertinent information. You need to be one of the personnel he interviews in his office. Once you are inside, you will need him to leave so that you can find a way to get this sample. So I tell him I have evidence so I can get inside his office for an interview. Close! You will plant evidence of your own creation. There are 3 matrix emergency power junctions on this level. If we add some comlink chips to them, it will make last night's run appear to be preparation for a larger run. It will bring the attention of Telestrian security. Getting the attention of corporate security comes easily to me. What's your angle?
Show up and shoot them with guns. It's easy.
I can handle it, but I'll need a way to get around the building without attracting attention. There is a janitor's uniform, ID badge, and the comlink chips are in the locker. They will get you general access and allow you to pass a basic inspection. The rest is up to you. One more thing, Mr. Silverstar. Oh,
This
yeah.
one's surprisingly stuck to the fridge.
Yeah, there's magnets.
Strong ones, too.
Yeah. I went and got my tablet and forgot to actually set it up over here. You can tell I'm awake.
Hey!
Mr. Silverstar is well known for his creative security measures. You would do well to learn as much as you can about this man before meeting him. Now, quickly change, and I will unlock the door. New objective, don't blow your cover. You know, I wonder if I can cheese this a little bit. I think I can.
Instructions unclear. Dynamated 30k rails.
Dynamated?
Dynamated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. Because I'm like leaning on my left lung.
Leaning on your lung.
Well, look at this.
Yeah, I suppose, but that's still a weird way to say it.
Your kid is adorable as a cat.
Learn some corporate etiquette just for this. Nothing else of interest in this broom closet here. Supervisor has the look of a stuffer shack manager with delusions that he's on a career track rather than what he is, a disposable dime-a-dozen resource. Hey, there you are. I'm Steve Scott. I'll be your direct supervisor. Sorry I missed you when you first came in, but I only found out that you were starting an hour ago when you suddenly showed up in the system. Weird glitch or something. Normally we'd watch an orientation trid and walk through our mission statement, but well, it's going to be hard for you on your first day. But maybe you're going to need to clean. But you're going to need to clean up some blood. Maybe a lot. I can handle it. Just tell me what to do. You'll have your hands full. There was some sort of break-in last night. Some people were, just get things cleaned up on this floor. And listen, people are going to be on edge today, so try to stay invisible and don't get into any trouble. Otherwise, they're going to call me, and I'm going to have to reprimand you and put a note in your file. Sounds good. We'll get to those orientation trids another day. I hope they get whoever did this. Only a fool would attack a Telestrian corporate office and think they can get away with it. Start heading from room to room and clean what needs cleaning. Good luck, and welcome to Telestrian. The fact that I'm being followed by robots is not, raising any eyebrows.
What new janitor doesn't come equipped with a bunch of robots?
What can I do for you? I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. Top floors may only be accessed with the express authorization of Eric Silverstar, our VP of Security. You can head to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Okay, well, I better get back to it. The two men are staring into the vent and shaking their heads. Look, Raoul, I know and you know that there's nothing in that vent, but when I told that to Silverstar, he accused me of not wanting to crawl in there. Said was letting the company down by not displaying the corporate value of duty. The Drek sure love their mission statements and all that, Drek. Or the suits sure love their mission statements and all that, Drek. But today isn't the day for Telestrian Corp's duty above all crap. Several of us did the ultimate duty last night. I guess we should just be happy Mr. Telestrian isn't in today. Just get in there and take another look. I've got to go upstairs and report.
The Drek sure do love their mission suits.
A filthy guard is looking into an open vent. He is clearly not enjoying the idea of climbing back into the duct. Sorry I tracked that Drek all over the floor. He shakes his head. Man, I can't believe what happened to the Night Watch. Me either. You think you're done with the vents for the day? They want me to get this room back in order. If anyone asks, you saw me in there, okay? Zoom. Matrix Emergency Power Junction. Install the comlink chip. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop and you place a chip inside. course there's one in there with him. I'll see what else is on this floor before I bother him. I have to say, at this point, it's not looking good. I don't know how it happened. Nonetheless, our records show this terminal was left unsecured in direct contravention of Telestrian corporate policy. You failed in your duty. I know it's duty above all for you security types, but I am the victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Silverstar gets his next promotion, that will become a value for you data pushers as well. Right now, it seems your value is clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go anywhere. I need to make my report to Eric. The wage slave is on edge. He's staring vacantly at his terminal with his hands on his face and his fingers twitching nervously. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Looks like you're in some real trouble, chummer. Buzz. Unless you can clean up a shattered career, leave me alone. None of this will matter after I'm fired, out on the street and eating dog food. Just leave me alone. I wonder. Will the guard even care about anything he says, or will he just take it as misdirection? Okay. As the Telestrian tech jockey turns to speak, you notice a panel has been removed from one of the LAN racks just behind him. Thanks for coming. Can you believe it? Silverstar is calling it an intrusion, but I know the aftermath of a Shadowrun when I see it. Start over in the corner and make sure you don't get any solvents on my servers. Do you think you could duck out for a smoke or something? It'd be easier if I didn't have to clean around you. Oh, sorry, yeah, no problem. Just another day in paradise, right? The open panel is a rat's nest of cables and half-disassembled hardware. Some of it is loose. Take some of the LAN parts. That guy's still there. I'd have something to help you out. I doubt it. You know the guy who said life isn't fair? He was talking about me. Charisma 4. Security's bullying you, but I could make it look like your terminal was tampered with and no one would be the wiser. Right, there's no reason I should let security push me around. Just do it quick. You place the cables and data chips around the terminal's casing. Thanks so much. I won't forget this when your review comes up. Hey, no problem, sir. Just glad I could help. Would you mind clearing out of here for a while? There's a lot to do. You bet. Just remember to keep this just between us. What can I do for you? I need to get upstairs. Supervisor, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I found all these chips on some of the matrix switch boxes. Is that important? The guard thinks for a moment and activates his comlink. He turns his back on you and has a brief conversation. Then he turns back. Mr. Silverstar wants to see you in his office immediately. The brutish dog-eat-dog existence of a slum dweller is a far cry from the quiet desperation and existential nothingness of a corporate wage slave. Yet after your time at Telestrian Industries, it's unclear which is more bleak. The elevator rises smoothly, its blanderized music assaulting you once again as you ascend to the executive floor, and your goal. Hey, this is restricted area. You can't go in there. Why not? I just got lost on the way to Mr. Silverstar's office. That's all. Hey. Good morning, moron. Okay, well that's not the way I want to go right now. There you are. It seems that some of my best are letting me down, and it's good to see that you're displaying one of the most important of my 3 key values. Well, it's duty above all, right? Well, yes, that is the first value, and I'm glad more than those outside of security follow it, and from a janitor, no less. No, I am speaking of my third and final value of vigilance, which seems to be sorely lacking around here. Thank you, sir. Well, rewards and punishments must be given where required. Now, please start filling out the report on my datapad. And I'm afraid I must ask you to not sit in my chair, given your attire. I need to go ahead downstairs and investigate your findings. I'll be right back. Yes, very vigilant, Silver Star. So, these paintings must be what all those expensive deliveries were. We don't have much time. I'm tracking Silver Star, and he is already stepping off the elevator. I don't think your disguise will hold up much longer. I'll update you on his movements. Hurry, mon ami. Depicted as a clock tower at a train station in downtown Portland in the tier. The plaque reads, efficiency. Leave it alone. Profile of 3 elves in Telestrian security uniforms looking upwards at a flag flying the Telestrian logo. The plaque reads duty. Leave it alone. This is a photorealistic painting of 5 massive harvesters in Telestrian colors in a staggered formation cutting a swath across a rippling field of wheat. The plaque reads unity. Leave it alone. There's an open bottle of expensive scotch and a single glass that appears to be half empty and a half-smoked cigar. Walk away. This painting shows a wild mountain landscape with clouds ringing lofty peaks. The plaque reads, Independence. Leave it alone. The painting is of a small lighthouse in an intense storm at night, perched on a rocky outcropping. Its light stabs out into the darkness. The plaque reads Vigilance. Push the frame. The frame around the painting of the lighthouse pops back out. Okay, so I guess that's the third one. So duty, push the frame. There we go. The frame clicks into place and the painting slides back into the wall. He has a few guards, a tech worker, and a very nervous wage slave gathered in the boardroom and is beginning to question him. Efficiency, push. And vigilance, push. He has finished interviewing a Matrix tech and is now talking sternly to a pair of guards. There is a safe that has a large DNA scanner on the front, most likely keyed to Mr. Silverstar. Walk away. Okay. Pick up the half-smoked cigar. Put the moist end of the cigar on the DNA scanner. With a click and a faint hiss of escaping air, the safe opens. Take the sample. Great work, mon ami. The time for stealth has passed. It has set off every alarm in the system, but I have unlocked the executive elevator and your path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. Good morning, moron. Good morning, Detective McCluskey. It's a fine day for police corruption, isn't it? The smirk broadens. That's right, dummy. Keep flapping your jaw. That sort of thing will be perfect for where you're going. Mr. Telestrian wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. You can come along quietly, or you can meet him in a body bag. He smiles wolfishly. Come on, Drek for brains, make the wrong choice. I'll opt for a stand-up conversation. Damn, I was hoping to be able to bring you in feet first.
Did you get caught?
It didn't leave me much option. He was waiting outside the building. The estate. From the floor of the Lone Star Cruiser, you watch the tops of the downtown corridor's office buildings disappear, replaced by the gray overcast of over the I-90 bridge. The nylon restraints binding your wrists and ankles, along with McCluskey's whistling to the radio, make for an unpleasant ride.
Damn, McCluskey of all idiots.
Yep.
So annoying.
A half hour later, the cruiser hits a whisper-smooth patch of road, and a magnificent mansion fills your view. Its design a blend of old-world finery and elvish grace. The car pulls to an abrupt halt, and you're dragged onto the driveway where McCluskey pulls a nasty-looking knife and cuts your bonds. You look up to see you're surrounded by a squad of green-clad ghosts, special forces troops from Tir Terngyre. Massaging the feeling back into your numb extremities, you prepare to meet the man himself, James Telestrian III. What if Telestrian is actually, what's his name? And this has all been some kind of weird game to him.
Oh, Baron...
Yeah, Baron Samedi. Baron Spaghetti? Is that what you said?
Samedi?
Samedi.
Samedi. Yeah, it's always says spaghetti. Lots of it.
Want some advice, moron? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner, and you live by your own rules, don't you? I suggest you keep your smart-ass remarks to yourself this time, dwarf. Mr. Telestrian isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Tir Terngyre, and one of the richest men in Seattle.
You should make him sound like he's a dragon.
Richer than hell elves take a dump the same way I do, McCluskey. His eyes widen, then his smirk gets even broader. That's the right attitude, chummer. You're just the same as Mr. Telestrian, yes you are. The only difference is that you got no money and you got no power. So tell me again, Drek for brains, what is it you got? Indigestion. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat, I'll dispose of your body later. The tall, fussy elf with the air of a Victorian butler studies you from far above your diminutive height before he speaks. He doesn't like what he sees. Mr. Telestrian is expecting you. You will find him in his office. Thank you, Jeeves. He is not amused. Delighted to be of service. You may wait here for a few moments to gather yourself before you enter Mr. Telestrian's office. Some people find that they need time to prepare themselves before meeting an elf of his stature. However, the upstairs is off limits to you, and the library is occupied at the moment. Do not tarry, though. Mr. Telestrian is not one to be kept waiting long.
Someone's pooping in the library? El biblioteca es ocupado.
Algernon?
Hey, get the flowers.
There's a twinkle in Algernon's eye that wasn't there when you spoke at the Seamstresses' Union. It is good to see you again. There is much to do. You run in some pretty different circles, don't you, Algernon? It's like, okay, my magical friend, explain yourself. No, I do not explain. I provide a service. Seek me out after you have spoken to James Telestrian. Perhaps I can be of service again. Yeah, let's get a little more charismatic. That'll be useful here. Maybe. As you approach, James Telestrian III looks up from the computer screen built into the surface of his desk and assesses you. Calculating and cold, a practiced smile comes to his face. He vibes the kind of rich you don't get from Trivid. It's not the clothing or the trappings or the bow before your betters mansion. It's something else. A feeling that you're being categorized as a resource, or a liability, or a pawn. I've been interviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my Vice President of Security his job. In 24 hours, you have accumulated quite a bill with me, sir. How do you intend to settle your debt? Etiquette corporate. Once my current assignment is complete, I would be happy to discuss working off my debt to you, Mr. Telestrian. That discussion may happen one day, assuming the outcome of this conversation does not result in your immediate termination. When one is in my debt, they remain in my debt until such time that I decide that debt is repaid. There will be no negotiation on that point. However, you have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in the little time you have left to live. Why you took what you took. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security teams up to my private office to access the Matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. I took the Aegis sample to kill giant insect spirits. I mean, that's straightforward. I find your bluntness somehow refreshing. He touches a button on the desk. Mr. Quoth, please ask my daughter to join us. The young pretty elf has dark circles under her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. It's you! You're the man who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get here? Telestrian cuts in quickly. Thank you, Marie-Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and given me reason to forgive him for his trespasses against me. She looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. You did well back there. Without you, we'd all be dead. She closes her eyes. Thank you, but I'm not sure that death wouldn't be better than this. I can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream and that I'll wake up and still be there with the bugs. You can relax, Marie-Louise. You are safe. It is over. No! It won't be over until they're all dead! She shudders. You didn't see them. You don't understand. You and those men you flew in here, all you do is talk. It's just like you to form a committee, Father. I knew that someone had to take action. That's why I got Harkeem involved. The already cold exterior of James Telestrian III turns to ice. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Aegis to this man. We will speak of it later, in private. Now then, Pantapuck, there are people I wish you to meet. The committee my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for a man of the streets such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We will adjourn to the library. I would be delighted. I don't know if that's sarcasm or not. Just behave. There is a weight in Telestrian's library, a sense of magnitude and of purpose. You are no longer in the presence of mere wealth. You are in the presence of history. And Algernon is among them. Interesting. Lady and gentlemen, this is Pantapuck. He is the dwarf who saved my daughter, and the only one who has faced our common enemy in combat. Herr Brackhaus, what does the representative of the great dragon, Lofweir, have to say to us about the magical insect this Shadowrunner uncovered? Brackhaus speaks slowly with a deep, melodious German accent. He takes his time, accentuating each word, relishing each vowel and each consonant, tasting them as if they were a delicacy. I'm going to have difficulty, voicing that. My Lord Lofweir has witnessed the insect spirit's physical manifestation before, roughly 9,000 years ago. As you are aware, magic ebbs and flows from the earth, cycling from peak to peak over the course of 5,200 years. As the level of magic grows... Hans, dear, I love you, but you could babble on forever, and I believe time is of the essence.
They're horrors?
That's what it sounds like. Pantapuck, is it? Delighted. The bug you fought was not merely a magically awakened animal like a wyvern or hydra or anything else in the Sixth World. In fact, it isn't from this world at all. It's the physical embodiment of an insect spirit from another plane of existence. Too bad I couldn't get etiquette academic. I need more to drink. I'll be right back.
That sounds absolutely like it's a horror.
It does sound like it's a horror.
Is this one of the older Shadowrun games?
Say what?
Is this one of the older Shadowrun games, back when it was still connected to PlayStation?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
It is written by the guy who created Shadowrun in the first place.
Ah. So he may have thrown a few connections in there anyway.
Yes.
Because those are sounding absolutely like lesser horrors. In which case, everyone should be very, 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 very glad they haven't encountered any of the sentient ones.
What's the name of that one that you're never supposed to think of? Like, it had a weird name. I remember that, but I forget it.
Vergigorm.
Vergigorm.
The thing that, like, kind of birthed all life, sort of, or at least predecessors of all life, including the dragons.
Huh.
And every other nightmare.
I imagine that moving from one plane of existence to another isn't easy. Correct. Perhaps Das German can tell you all about it at length someday. He's got plenty of time to chit-chat. Now, an insect spirit can't simply thumb a ride through astral space and show up on Earth late for dinner. Dinner, in this case, being us. 2 elements are required to bring one across the void: a shaman and a host. First, the spirit calls upon a shaman, often in dreams. The spirit seduces the shaman with promises of great power. The shaman then accepts the spirit as his totem. Next, the insect spirit requires a suitable host. The best candidates are the disaffected and the disenfranchised. In short, the weak-willed. Their minds are the most susceptible to suggestion, which is helpful in making the transformation. As you may imagine, these are the sort of people easily attracted to a cult, such as the Universal Brotherhood. Finally, by performing what has to be a truly disgusting ritual, the shaman serving the insect totem implants the spirit into the host, willingly or not. Then, it's feeding time. Harlequin is correct. That's more Russian. The insect spirit will then... That's still... will slowly consume its host, while transforming it into the spirit's own insectoid body, thus manifesting itself fully on this plane. I don't like the sound of this. You shouldn't. It's bad. Really, really bad. The initial bugs prepare a nest for the summoning of a queen. Once a nest has its queen, she literally explodes with newly manifested insect spirits. They swarm out of the nest, feasting on all the flesh they can find, and implanting more insect spirits into the fresh corpses. Again, and again, and again. The room falls silent as they all consider the scenario, faces grim. Telestrian breaks the silence. This is not an infestation, Pantapuck. It is an invasion. My Lord Lofweir knew this day would come, but I am way too far east with that accent. But he did not know precisely when nor where. Your rescue of Mr. Telestrian's daughter has exposed the existence of an insect spirit for the first time in this cycle of the world. I've completely lost my German. So you're early to the party this time. That gives you the upper hand, right? We are not early. We merely have experience on our side. The insect spirit is only a resident of the transformed host's body. Conventional weapons can hurt the body and expose the spirit, but the spirit itself cannot be destroyed by mundane means. Hence, Project Aegis. Herr Telestrian's biotechnology and agricultural divisions worked with my Lord Lofweir's thaumaturgical engineers and designed Project Aegis to destroy an insect spirit once it is released from its host. Turning Transylvanian. The formula, fluorescing astral bacteria strain, the formula, a fluorescing astral bacteria strain, exists in the physical and astral plane at once, and can thus affect the insect spirit. Now that was a mouthful. Did you memorize it, or are you reading it off of index cards? My Director of R&D, Diane Ravenwood, will explain how Project Aegis will be used in the field. Dr. Ravenwood? Our weapons specialists have rapidly prototyped a delivery device for the fluorescing astral bacteria strain. They've created some prototype launchers which fire Aegis-filled shells. When fired, the shells will discharge a high-velocity stream of the bacteria. In order to destroy one of the bugs, it must first be damaged using conventional weapons or magic until the spirit is released from the host body. Then the insect spirit must be shot with the Project Aegis prototype launcher to destroy it. So, in order to stop an invasion of insects from another dimension, a dragon and an elf co-created a magical insecticide.
Made of bacteria. Magic bacteria.
It stomps bugs dead. Got it. Meow. Crudely put, but accurate. Come here, Remy. Meow. Meow. Come on, jump over. Meow. Meow. Come on. Come on, Amy. Amy. Meow. 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 We must stop the Universal Brotherhood from summoning a queen, and we must stop them immediately. You are the only one who has been inside their facility, and the only one who has personally fought these creatures before. That, along with your highly effective assault upon my property, indicates that you are the ideal person to lead the attack. I'm flattered. The painted elf grins, and his red lipstick catches the light. You should be. Come on, kid. When fate taps you on the shoulder, you've got to pay attention. Unfortunately, she has the nasty habit of tapping you on the opposite shoulder, so that when you turn around, she's on your other side, giggling like a deranged schoolgirl. I hate that. Enough. Are you willing to undergo this mission, Pantapuck?
The painted elf is a goofball.
Uh-huh. You had me at killing bugs. Show me how to use Aegis and I'll get it done. Excellent. He claps his hand as if... His hand? As if seeing the circus for the first time. I love the way that the short-lived are willing to die even faster. It's very inspirational. Brockhouse raises his hand and Harlequin's clapping instantly stops. There is one final note. A warning, if you will. You have seen the danger the insects represent, but you have not witnessed the shaman's power. The shaman must tap into a powerful source of magic in order to summon a queen. We do not know what abilities that power source will grant. Beware of the insects, but do not underestimate the shaman. Hey, don't scare the kid, Hansel. We still need him to go on the mission. By the by, I'm coming with you, Pantapuck. I wouldn't mind seeing these creatures for myself. I missed them last time. Telestrian will bankroll you so you can hire the rest of the team. Find me here when you're ready to go, and we'll bug right out of here. Yes, speak with Harlequin when you are ready to depart. If you wish to acquire additional supplies for your mission, find my assistant Quoth. He is highly resourceful. So, Algernon, buddy. May I provide spells, spirit foci, or fetishes to help you on this critical quest? I have a question first. Speak it.
Yeah, I think he's Baron Spaghetti.
No, Baron Samedi is... They already established who that is. Someone named Hakim, who is apparently a... I was about to say a cripple, but that's not a very sensitive way to say it, but that gets the point across, at least.
Right, someone, like, stuck in
a wheelchair.
Not a hospital bed, but, like, in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Not able to do, like, physical moves.
Right.
Okay, I just noticed his portrait looks rather similar to Ferret's Maid's avatar.
Who are you? I am a peddler of magic spells, spirits, and foci. Nothing more. Truly? No. Were you spying on me at the Seamstresses Union? His eyes widen at the question. You mistake your importance, Pantapuck. No, I was not spying on you. Until Mr. Telestrian's summons, you were beneath my notice. I saw only a customer. Are you really here? Algernon's face takes on a dreamy expression. Are any of us? Yes, Pantapuck, I am here, and at the Seamstresses Union, and a myriad of other places. On to the work at hand. Do you require my magic? Never mind, I gotta go.
No. Really?
I think she wants brushes.
And when did you find that out?
And how long have you felt this way?
Let's get your searching paws the F away from that particular piece of paper, shall we?
We did not allow many opportunities during our briefing for you to ask questions, Shadowrunner. You may ask them now. How did the insect spirits get here? When the membrane between planes thins, the insect spirits reach into the mind of a shaman and begin their manipulation, playing on weaknesses and offering unlimited power if the rituals needed to bring the spirits here are performed. But once a shaman takes on an insect spirit as a totem, they begin an inevitable decline into insanity, slowly losing their humanity. Eventually, the shaman completely succumbs, choosing the contentment and sense of clear purpose that being part of a hive provides. Perform your role, serve your queen. That is all. If Lofweir had seen this before and knew another was coming, why didn't he move faster? Based upon the previous cycles of magic, the first insects are not due to appear for another 700 years. My Lord Lofweir believed he was well ahead of schedule. Something is different this time. It is concerning. Why do you think it's different this time? Perhaps it is due to the population of humans and metahumans on Earth being so much higher than in previous ages. As a result, the volume of magic created by sentient beings is correspondingly higher. Or perhaps it is the density of the population coupled with the advances of society and technology that has altered things. Magic has never returned to a world like this one before. The density of sentient creatures, coupled with the density of information, coupled with a new concept, the technological persistence of memory, heightens a society's existential angst. Thus, more people realize how truly horrible existence is, simultaneously. That in itself may be a form of magic. Lofweir is studying the question now.
Yeah.
Would you mind brushing her?
Yeah. I need to respond to this.
What's it like to serve a grey dragon? The German man's eyes narrow. Do not misconstrue my relationship with Lord Lofweir. I do not serve. Huh.
Work for?
Where did the insect spirits come from? As the level of magic in the Sixth World grows, the, for lack of a better word, distance between the various planes of reality decreases. When the membrane between the planes is thin enough, ritual magic may be used to draw beings from one to another. I should go. Yes, good luck.
tooth and things started coming over of their own accord. This was known as the scourge.
Yep.
And for some reason, nothing friendly ever came over.
I was listening. It sounds bad. Yep. Thank you for everything. It'll be fine. I believe you. You look like you have a question. Why were you locked up at the Universal Brotherhood? Father didn't approve of my boyfriend and tried to scare him off. Something went wrong and Harkeem ended up in a wheelchair. Father covered the whole thing up and lied to me about Harkeem. He told me horrible things, and I believed him. My Aunt Lynn told me the truth about Harkeem and how my father lied. She preyed upon my anger. I was so disgusted with him, it was easy for her to get me to leave and join her new family at the Universal Brotherhood. What did they want with you? Aunt Lynn was very excited to have me there, almost manic. She talked about the inner circle and how I was going to be at its center. She said I would be their queen. The way she spoke, it was as if she'd seen God or something. Her eyes close and she hugs herself tightly. But it's not God she sees. It's bugs. Only bugs. Was it Harkeem who helped you in the Matrix? She smiles in love. Yes, even after my father ruined his life and convinced me to hate him, he's still been watching over me, my angel in cyberspace, Baron Samedi. After we escaped, I told Harkeem about the Brotherhood and about the bugs. It was his idea to steal Project Aegis so you could go back into the Universal Brotherhood and exterminate the bugs. But I don't know how he knew about it. Baron Samedi just knows things. So, what did Harkeem tell you about us breaking into your father's office? Nothing. I haven't spoken to him since last night. Why? What happened? It went as planned until your father's people found me and brought me in. Of course it went as planned. Harkeem is amazing in the Matrix. I'm sure I'll hear from him soon. I should go. Hey, McCluskey. I got some shit to rub your face in. You're gonna die, asshole. We're all gonna die, McCluskey. Yeah, but you're gonna die screaming. Is there something I can clarify for you? Tell me more about Project Aegis. Telestrian Industries Corporation has been working on Project Aegis for 2 years without fully understanding its use. Lofweir did not trust me with the information. My engineers finally met the Dragon's specification 3 months ago and had just begun the production process when my cousin Lynn hired Shadowrunners to destroy the lab and the factory, leaving us only the sample you stole. Why was Marie-Louise taken by the Universal Brotherhood? He pauses before answering. The host for the Queen is chosen very carefully as the interactions between the Queen and lead shaman are critical. A family connection between the two roles is ideal. As you have discovered, my father's indiscretion with Melinda Watts, you know that Jessica Watts, the shaman, and Marie-Louise are related by blood. I would appreciate if that information remained in the shadows. How do I use Aegis? My people have weaponized the Project Aegis formula by creating shells which, when fired, propel a high-velocity cloud of the material, which should be effective at killing exposed insect spirits. There are more effective ways to deliver Aegis, obviously, but time was of the essence and I needed to improvise. I should go. Indeed. In addition to the Aegis-loaded launchers we will provide, I am authorized to outfit you with anything from weapons to supplies to clothing.
She indeed wanted brushing. You should have seen her purring, writhing, and holding a sustained blep while being brushed on the belly.
And I'll just swap out for a new eye. Are you ready to get knee-deep in ectoplasm? I have a few questions first. Of course you do. So who are you? I am he, as you are me, and we are all together. You're the walrus? Goo-goo-goo-joob! He bows with a flourish. I am Harlequin, the Light-Bearer, the last knight of the Crying Spire, he who manipulates Shadowrunners and fights duels with assholes, and for the next hour or two, I am at your service.
What a strange elf. He looks weirdly like a certain clown.
Yeah.
He seems a bit more sane than that one.
Little bit. Eccentric, but sane. How do we kill an insect spirit again? Ah, the fun gory stuff. Step 1. Damage the bug using conventional weapons and magic until the spirit is released from the host body. Step 2. Shoot the insect spirit using the Project Aegis launcher that Telestrian's people created. Step 3. Keep shooting until either the spirit is destroyed or you are bug food. Rinse. Repeat. What do you have to say about the connection between the bugs and the Universal Brotherhood? Oh, this one is genius. Genius! Talk about hiding in plain sight. This cycle, the bugs didn't use some whacked-out shaman in a small rural village as their portal. They're thinking big. They set up shop in every major city, created a major marketing campaign, and then began aggressively recruiting the dropouts, the disaffected, and the deranged, just like any good cult. If Aegis fails, if we fail, the world will be absolutely overrun by bugs. It's brilliant! Does Hans Brockhaus really work for a great dragon? No. I'm ready. Let's go stomp some bugs. I thought you'd never ask.
He doesn't serve a great dragon. He doesn't work for a great dragon. He is the great dragon, isn't he?
Oh, you might be right.
Just standing there in the room, taking much smaller forms so as not to break the architecture.
Yep. I mean, that's how Dunkelzahn became president, right?
Yes, President Dragon. He sees how to dive into the lore of that silly game and find out how his presidency went. How could a president win a dragon be? Better than what we got, I'm sure, but... No, it just kind of sounds like a case of orange and blue morality.
I suppose you should know, Telestrian's technicians only had time to create a few prototype Aegis launchers. I'll be taking one naturally, another is for you. Treat her well. If you want additional bug splattering firepower, James has agreed to allow one of his personal elite guards to accompany us with the final prototype weapon. And now let us away. We have a date with Destiny, and she doesn't like to be kept waiting. Alright. Bring a ghost. Ghosts! Ghosts! Period, question mark. And gotta bring Coyote. She wanted to be in on this. Plus, she's cheap, so, you know. Your return to the Universal Brotherhood is anything but subtle. But subtle. Sorry, that... the team hits the same back door Coyote found, and you storm through, quickly making your way into the restricted area and the room where you last met Jessica, and first encountered the bug. You stand there together, listening to the sounds of chittering coming from somewhere distant. Harlequin stares into the darkness, humming tunelessly while fingering the sword on his hip. Then he turns, lifts his Aegis launcher to his lips, and gives it a kiss. You give the signal, and the hunt begins.
The sound of chittering is never a good thing. Nothing pleasant ever chitters for some reason. There are plenty of perfectly pleasant insects. Various random beetles.
Moths.
Butterflies, ladybird beetles.
Mantises.
Mantises aren't pleasant at all, we're just huge.
Okay, that's fair.
Mantises are actually terrifying, murderous monsters.
That side door you found last time you were here was helpful. We avoided all those Universal Brotherhood spa cult yahoos. Telestrian was right, you were a real value add. Harlequin grins a wide predatory grin, both sets of his pearly white teeth offset by the livid red lipstick around his mouth. Now the fun begins. Wait, I have some questions. Of course you do. If you won't tell me who you are, will you at least tell me what you can do? See this sword? Yeah, it looks unusual. Can you tell me more about it? I can stick people with it. Pretty good, too. I also have one of those, telestrophere magical bug eradicating launchers like the rest of you. That it? Is that not enough? Beyond the tattoos that adorn my face, I have another, a recent addition, in a place that those only closest to me will ever see. It is a dragon. Don't tell Hans. Oh, and I'm a powerful mage as well, I forgot that.
You just told you had the dragon tattoo on his ass.
I think so, yeah.
The clown with the dragon tattoo.
Mm-hmm. What can we expect to find down here? You know as much as I do on that account. You have actually seen one of those entomical, synergetic, transviatical dwellers in darkness. I have not. However, based on your recent reconnaissance, I would expect to find deranged cultists, deranged priests, a deranged shaman, and a shit ton of giant bugs. I'm ready. No, not the Aegis launcher. That's not going to... Missed? I thought you said you were good with gun, with sword.
Good with sword.
Shut up. Okay, well, I'm going to hide in a corner and turn on my robots. I'm just going to make sure the room is, there's nothing in here that I particularly want or need.
Too many bodies.
Sphygmomanometer.
Yeah, I totally missed the moment. I wonder if they keep that they had done it. Is that German?
No. It's Greek. Like a whole lot of medical stuff.
Some Germans got a hold of some Greek compounds.
It's sphygmomanometer. Something like that. That's a nice hidey spot there. I'll duck myself in there. And then next turn, I'll start up my robots.
Activate robots, that's right.
Gotcha. Hit a bug. John, last name, we had a baby eats boy.
That makes absolutely no sense to me. No, mid-90s.
Yeah.
Like those special numbers for lowered long distance rates were a pretty short-lived thing, actually.
Yeah.
It's like 4 or 5 years.
go. Spirit releases. Got him. Displaying a map of the UCAS. Chicago is listed as a priority. Oh no. Take a moment to reload stuff before I go opening any more doors. Opening doors. A pile of broken bodies. The bones look twisted and their jaws hang open, seemingly in terror. Okay, that's something. Outcast guy. Oh, hey, that worked. That worked real well. It's not quite how I was expecting that to work out, but I'll take it. You aren't going to do much good once they turn spirity, so back up. Oh dear. Well, that worked out surprisingly. No. Miss. I mean, it's partial cover. It's not full cover. Mm-hmm. there. Nothing there. Okay. Well, at least you're kind of safe there. Okay, so that's one down. Or one more down, rather. I, like, give this to Coyote? Ow. Maybe not. Okay, well, I guess I keep moving up. Well, everything appears to have died. Where am I going now? Unless there's, like, another bug passageway that opened up further back. Which I guess I could send my drones to investigate. No, there it is. The cold utilitarian facilities of the Brotherhood's private areas break away and degenerate into sprawling subterranean tunnels, tunnels that were not crafted by the hands of man. The air is foul with the smell of decaying flesh and something else, a rank, stinging acid bite that hits the noses and eyes hard. Wet, squirming noises echo throughout the tunnels, punctuated by low moans and the occasional gasp. For what, you can't tell. One thing that you can tell, though, Aegis works. You shoulder your launcher and keep going. I need more drink. I'll be right back. I might also record my life while I'm up too, so, here, have an ad to ignore. Alright. We continue on down into the belly of the beast. Perhaps you should construct an epic poem about our adventure here. It would not be the first written about me, to be sure. I shall consider it. Now onward! You hear him muttering rhymes to himself as he walks. Oh, jeez. I was not anticipating that. I don't want to accidentally hit Harlequin, so... Oh, come on. Ah, dang. Jeez. Seriously? Oh, this is bad. Okay, so let's start with Coyote. Pow. Pow. And miss. Pow. And missed again! It's right there and large.
Missed that close to the shotgun.
Right? Okay, well that's one down at least. I really hope this doesn't grenade myself, but... Good. That thing needs to die. That's what they do. If I don't ghost them fast enough, I suppose. That's the way I could put it. Yeah, if I don't bust them fast enough, then... Yep.
Because it's bugs.
Yep. I don't know. Yeah. How do I have so much AP all of a sudden? They don't drain my AP, no, but each of my drones costs me 1 AP to maintain. And somehow I had enough to shoot, reload, and move just then. I'm not complaining. That's just weird.
Bonus AP from small victories of bug murder?
Perhaps. Music's still going, so the encounter's not over yet. And we're still in, We're still in, initiative, so... Kinda do. Why can't I go through there? Must be something in the rain. Ow.
Alright, Haley. Should've shot him first.
Yeah, I didn't realize. Speaking of heals, though.
I guess that works.
There. Oh dear. Actually, no, wait. I am going to need you back out here. Let's, you over here-ish. Why? Why did you do that? There we go. Keeps happening. One more down. Oh, hello. Locked safe that has both a card reader and a data jack. Leave the safe alone. I'm not a decker, so I can't do much with that. party has decking. A rhythmic thrumming punctuates the air, passing through you, vibrating your lungs in your chest and making it hard to breathe. It's an electricity that makes the air on your skin stand up in protest. Again, you hear the sounds of chanting, accented by the moist wriggling of larvae. There are low rumbles, too, stone on stone. The sense of imminence is everywhere. Something is coming, and it has to be stopped. Jessica appears to be in the throes of a violent trance or mild seizure, a manic state brought on by the terrible energies she is attempting to conduct. Pantapuk, stop! The Queen approaches! The vessel summoning! We cannot be disturbed! Your vessel is gone. This is over, Jessica. Jessica's eyes roll back in her head. Whatever magic she is channeling is fast approaching a crescendo. Lynn speaks in her place. You may have taken Marie-Louise, our chosen, but another Telestrian will take her place. I give myself willingly. I will be host to our queen, and the mother of a new world. You've seen what these things do, Lynn. This queen will devour you, body and soul. Harlequin makes an exaggerated grimace, and then crap out a few billion young. Ugh. No! I will become a perfect being. Through me and through my sacrifice, a new age will begin. When Jessica speaks next, her eyes have a disturbing sharpness. Her words are echoed by Lynn in a manner that suggests a connection beyond their shared zealotry. The hive has no thought beyond hunger, no goal beyond reproduction. We are one. Sam had a hunger too, didn't he, Jessica? This seems to throw her off. What? You said it yourself. Sam had appetites. All that mattered to him was his next fix. Vile appetites! Appetites he couldn't control, and he died for them. Because I willed it! Yes, but why? There was more to it than just your mother. The hum of magical energy permeating the room seems to quiet. She's listening. You came under the thrall of these creatures long before you knew of your mother's death. The Brotherhood, they were a family to me. Yes, and they had already freed you from your old life. So why come back? Why kill Sam? I had to. For what he did. For what he had become. You said Sam represented a sickness in the world, but I think he represented the sickness in you. You're trying to confuse me. You saw a wrongness in yourself and you projected it onto Sam. No, he was your brother, Jessica. Your twin. Don't you see? I'm sorry. But there's no turning back. I cannot undo what has been done, and I can't stop what's to come. Jessica's body then suddenly spasmed, arching her back and nearly lifting her off her feet. She lets loose a scream, falling somewhere between elation and agony. The Queen is near! Well, dang, I thought I was about to get a non-standard victory there.
Going for the armor piercing attack?
Yeah! Immune? Oh. How about this one? There we go. Nice. And actually, that was Lynn that I damaged. I think. Or is that Jessica? No, that is Jessica. Never mind.
Yeah.
You were right.
Lynn ran into the center of the sacrificing circle. Because she's even more crazy.
Okay, so it's immune to that stuff, too. I guess it has to open up before I can hit it. Come on. That is not who I wanted you to shoot when Overwatch came out. Get line of sight. Yes! Perfect. I think those are ley lines, but I'm not entirely certain what purpose they serve. They don't appear to. Or at the very least, nothing hurts them when they're closed. Unknown. But since they have so few shots, you know, per reload, I figure save those for when they are really needed. There. And another one pops out. Yes! Killed the bug spirit solely on Overwatch. Love it. You have ruined everything! The once beautiful Jessica Watts is a hollow shell of her former self. Her skin is pale, her lips are ashen, and her eyes are sunken in her skull. It is more than her body's reaction to the physical damage she sustained, or the strain of channeling magical power from another plane of existence. There is something missing from her now. It's gone. My link to the Queen. She has abandoned me. Expelled me. Unworthy. Unworthy. Still hope for you, Jessica. She bows her head and closes her eyes, forcing a torrent of tears to cascade down her cheeks. I wish that were true. But there's no hope for me now. There's no hope for anyone. She opens her eyes and there is nothing but hopelessness within. There is a nest like this in every major city. There's no stopping them. Oh God. And Sam. I'm so sorry, Sam. Jessica looks at you, pleading. Please, Pantapuck, don't let them eat me! Death would be too quick a punishment. You're going to pay for what you've done. I understand. You emerge from the Universal Brotherhood chapter house, momentarily blinded by the bright lights of the Lone Star perimeter surrounding the exit. Despite the clean night air, the stench of ichor and decay clings to you, a smell that may never fully go away. You drop your Aegis-filled shotgun, and it's quickly spirited away by one of Telestrian's minions. Weapons are slowly lowered as you step out into the street, the order coming from Detective McCluskey himself. You can see James Telestrian just nearby, pulling his strings. It's over. Jessica Watts has been dealt with, and Sam has his justice. The dead man's deed is done. All you need now is to make a phone call, and it ends. And after we broke up the ritual, Pantapuck chased Jessica into a small chamber where she was cornered by a couple of buggers. Guess they weren't impressed with her performance. They were about to eat her. And Pantapuck says something like, I won't let them eat you, Jessica. You're coming with me. You're going to pay for what you've done. It was very dramatic. Then we splattered the bugs and handed her over to the UCAS FBI. They're going to want to have a long talk with her about the Universal Brotherhood. So, this nest is cleared out, and your cousin Lynn is being transported to a mental hospital for observation. James assesses you with a newfound respect. Very clean. I believe our test of Project Aegis was a success, Pantapuck. Herr Brockhaus is having it weaponized now for distribution to knight-errant forces. The authorities are going to have a great many questions about this incident, and I will need to provide details. The Universal Brotherhood has a great many chapter houses, and they must be dealt with immediately. What will happen next? That is for others to determine. People other than you. Still, you have turned in a yeoman's effort, and regardless of your obvious flaws, you are deserving of a reward. What would you ask of me? I hear you have an opening for a new VP of Security.
McCluskey's back. Oh, the temptation is real.
Telestrian regards you a moment. He seems to be choosing his words. Unfortunately, a dwarf is not an appropriate fit for Telestrian Industries Corporation executive. I'm sure you understand. However, I believe whomever fills the position would benefit from an executive consultant of your caliber. The position will pay quite handsomely, I assure you. Report to work on Monday. Just wear something more appropriate. Good day. Nice. I guess that's it, huh? You captured Sam's killer, and now he'll get his justice. It's a little more involved than I expected. Just a little. Well, I'm gonna grab Paco, head back to the Union, maybe watch a Trid or something. And I could use a long shower, too. After that... back to destroying the BTL trade? Yep, sure as I'm standing here, I'm going to take a flamethrower to that whole slagging business. One squad at a time if I have to. Be careful, that last place was run by the Yakuza, and they're not going to forget you. Her jaw sets, her eyes harden, and she's Coyote again. Let them come. If the Yakuza wants me, they're gonna find me. Nothing I can do about that. Some people choose to live in fear, but not me. Not today. Today, I run the shadows. Get paid. Get dirty. See you around, Pantapuck. You're quite a guy. I can honestly say I've never met a dwarf quite like you. The painted elf is watching the scene unfolding around the Universal Brotherhood with a grimace. Well, kid, it's been fun, but I've seen everything I care to see today. I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, seriously, who are you? A friend. Until I need you for something. Then I'm a bastard. Is there a problem? Look around! Note the members of the press being shuffled away by Universal Brotherhood spokespeople to get a private briefing. The Brotherhood is connected. A damage control team is probably on the way right now. Think they can control the press? One way or another, they will. If they can't be manipulated, coerced, or bribed, they'll probably disappear, quietly. There's more, though. Note the expression on the UCAS FBI agent, speaking to Telestrian. Dismissive, isn't it? That's because there's no love lost between the UCAS and Tyr Ternjire. They're not going to trust what he's telling them. And, frankly, I have no idea what he's telling them. James plays his own game. Always has. Do you trust him? No, just like I don't trust you. Don't take it personally, kid. You shouldn't trust me either. I've been manipulating runners like you for years. I'm manipulating you right now. You just don't know my game yet. Let's continue the dance. I have one more to show you. He points at someone in the crowd and smiles. The man sees him pointing and smiles back. That guy there? He's with Ares Macro Technology. Enormous megacorp. Ridiculously powerful. They've been sniffing around Project Aegis for quite a while now. Clearly they have an agenda that's just starting to unfold. He gives the Ares man the finger. The man smiles and returns the gesture. Government, media, business, all working to ensure the truth stays hidden. Working together? I don't think so. Me either. In a way, it's worse. It's a series of conspiracies, conflicting agendas, and petty jealousies, all building upon, feeding upon, and excreting into an unending web of dreck that people wade through every day and call it life. If there was one Dark Lord controlling everything and we could drive a magic sword through his heart to free the world, that would be grand! Such clarity, such focus! Alas. So, what's the lesson in all of this? That I did all of it for nothing? Just the opposite, schmuck. The lesson is this. The game is rigged. The cards are stacked, the dice are loaded. It's the same as it always was. Every cycle. People in power exert power. Little people cower in their homes, think what they're told to think, and buy whatever product will help them forget how horrible their lives are for another day. And that's why we don't play their fragging game. We don't swallow their Dreck sandwich and politely ask for another. It's why we run the shadows. That's where real life is, kiddo. Reality's living in the places no one wants you to see. Where's Herr Brockhaus? I thought he'd be here too. He flew back to Berlin. All sorts of things brewing there. He was very impressed with you, though. It could probably turn into work someday, but I'd forget about him if I were you. Never make a deal with a dragon, kid. They're playing a different game entirely.
He flew back to Berlin, eh?
Uh-huh. See you around, Harlequin.
Without a plane, if I had to guess.
He certainly could have. McCluskey's alternating between trying to look important and trying to avoid actual work. What are you looking at, Chube? Hey, McCluskey. I just spoke to Mr. Telestrian. He says you got your lieutenant badge. Your lieutenant's badge. McCluskey beams and his brow furrows. I did? I didn't hear about it. Yep, he said to go down to the station house right away. They're throwing a surprise party for you. Oh, Drek, I shouldn't have said anything. Heh, I'll surprise them then.
I'm not 100% certain what you just done to him. Aside from made him leave.
I made him leave, made him look like an idiot, you know.
I like all the options where you can beat the crap out of him.
Uh-huh.
You can cold cock him. If you had more strength, you could just uppercut him.
The little coroner is surprised to see you, but he can't hide his delight. Hey, Pantapuck! I was wondering if I was going to see you again. I guess I shouldn't be surprised to find you here. Hello, Dresden. How's my favorite body snatcher? Busy. Pops his eyebrows, eager. You know it's all over the Trivid, right? They found the Emerald City Ripper dead at some asylum out in Snohomish, of all places. Turns out he'd been masquerading as the head administrator or something. They found him dead from some sort of vigilante attack. He leans in, whispers conspiratorially. You wouldn't know about anything about that, would you? Why, Mr. Dresden, I have no idea what you mean. That's what I thought. Well, no one can say he didn't have it coming, am I right? That was a double negative.
He had it coming. He had it coming.
So, the big question. What about the Dead Man's Switch? Now that the Ripper's dead, are you going to collect? Damn right I'm going to collect. Excellent! I'm sure you deserve it. How do you collect? I was told I need a secure line to call the number Sam gave me. Can't use my comlink. Lone Star's emergency response team set up a secure phone line right here to coordinate their efforts. I authorize you to use it. I'll get around to it soon. Great. I'm sure there are other people you'll want to talk to first. Take care, Pantapuck. I heard the Universal Brotherhood was getting shot up on the police scanner. Knew it had to be you. Did you get her? She's in custody now. Ah, justice is served. I guess that concludes the story of Pantapuck and the Dead Man's Switch, huh? You know, I've been thinking, maybe you should stay in Seattle a while. There's plenty of ways folk like us can get into trouble here. You only skimmed the surface. I heard Mitsuhama's looking for a team, and they specifically want dwarves. No idea what that's about. And I just got word that something's going on at Crater Lake. The Tiers got it on total lockdown, no-fly zone, the whole thing. There could be something in it for us if we poke around. And there's always the Orc Underground. I haven't seen that yet, have you? I got plenty of friends there who are good for a job. Something's bound to come up. What do you say? I'll think about it, Jake. You do that. If you want to find me, I'll be at McCracken's later. Got a taste for some seafood. Take it easy, chummer. The phone before you has a simple numerical keypad. You can use it to call Sam's law firm and cash in on the Dead Man's Switch. Call the law firm and finish the job. You tap in the phone number Sam's lawyer gave you days ago. The phone rings 7 times before someone finally answers. The image of the lawyer on the other end of the vidphone is noticeably different from the one you saw a few days ago. The noise in the background sounds like it's coming from a bar. Yeah? He squints into the phone and recognition slowly appears on his face. Oh, hey, it's you. Pantapuck, right? So, you got Sam's killer, huh? Yeah, I got Sam's killer. That's great! Hang on, let me slot Sam's video for you. He fumbles for a moment, and the camera jerks crazily. Then it goes to static, and is replaced by Sam. Good old Sam. Sam still looks like Drek, same clothes, same background, probably shot at the same time as the first video. Hey, buddy! Looking good, looking good! If you're calling this number, that means the job is done, right? Congratulations, amigo. I knew you'd do it. You were always the dependable one. More than me, anyway. He looks back at you, trying to speak soberly. I just want to say thank you. For whatever you did. It still means a lot. Not even knowing what you did, it still means a lot. Because I know you did something. You know what I mean? I know you made it right, somehow. You're the only one. The only one who ever whoever tried to help me. Ever. Except my sister. She tried. More than once. She tried. I never let her, though. Never let her in. I regret that. A lot. Did I ever tell you about her, buddy? We're twins. Were twins, I guess. You still a twin after one of you dies? I don't know. Doesn't matter, I guess. God, listen, do me a favor, will you? If you talk to her, her name is Jessica, tell her I'm sorry, okay? For everything. She'll know what for. She's Catholic. So she'll forgive me. I need her to forgive me. Just tell her I love her. Anyway, you need to get paid, which would be great, except for one thing. I got nothing. Never did. You know how it is, right? Sorry. But hey, thanks again for giving a crap. Seriously, I appreciate it. Tell you what, if you feel sore about it, look into my family background a bit. There's got to be people with money in there somewhere. Maybe one of them can throw you a few bucks. Take care, amigo. See you in hell. He reaches forward and shuts off the camera. The vid screen goes to static, and the call ends. There's a moment of silence, and then you feel a tug on your jacket. It's Dresden. So, what did he say? Thank you. He just said thank you.
I'm amused by the bottom option.
Never trust a dead man. The Emerald City Ripper killings are sensationalized for several weeks. Lurid reports focus on the killer masquerading as the administrator of Mercy Mental Hospital. Soon after, pop singer Maria Mercurial is cast as the lead in Dr. Ripper, a trivid thriller about a reporter who goes undercover as a mental patient to uncover a serial killer. Seattle Newsnet reports a shootout at a chapter house of the Universal Brotherhood. Witnesses claim that a gang of religious fanatics stormed the building for unknown reasons, but committed suicide before they could be captured. All mention of insect spirits, James Telestrian III, or Shadowrunners are kept out of the news. 1 year later, the city of Chicago declares a quarantine area between Lake Michigan and the Des Plaines River. Officially, the Chicago Containment Zone is established to fight an outbreak of an infectious virus, but an infestation of insect spirits is suspected by those who know. A mature form of Project Aegis, called Fabs 3, is eventually deployed to remove the bug threat from Chicago. The Watts family name has since been lost to the shadows. Harebrained Schemes is a small team of passionate game developers led by Jordan Weissman, the creator of Shadowrun, Crimson Skies, Battletech, MechWarrior, and many other acclaimed properties. Founded in 2011, the Seattle-based studio is centered around collaboration between seasoned veterans and fresh talent. Cool. So that ends Shadowrun Returns. At least I think it ends it.
Assuming there's not like a post game.
Yeah.
Like one of those things where like the main quest is just the not quite tutorial, but you know.
Yeah. Well, I know it's much in the same vein as other games like Neverwinter Nights. It's designed to be usable for user-made campaigns, which, you know, I probably won't worry about streaming any unless someone sends me one that they made, in which case I will absolutely stream that for you. Yeah, let's, certain content restrictions may apply, I guess. Fast forward through all of the Kickstarter backers. Backstarter kickers, yes.
Oh my god!
I keep on thinking the list is nearly over, and then the alphabet starts over, but with like not the same names. Like the list is definitely not repeating, but it's looping from A to Z over and over again. I guess these are all different tiers of backers. Like the big ones got listed first. Because yeah, this one is going long. It's only in the B's.
That was dumb.
Lots of Christophers. Lots of Dans, Daniels, Davids, Dennis, Devin, Eric's, lots of Eric's. Gary's, Greg's, Ian's. There were a good number of Ian's in there. James's, lots of Anonymouses. Jason's, lots of Jason's. Jeff's, Jeremy's.
Looks kind of like a Donnie Darko rabbit. A little bit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's making me dizzy staring at the
Today, yeah, I'm a little busy just watching it go too.
kind of feels like you're falling backwards.
Yeah, lots of Marks, Martins, Matts, Maxes, Michaels, Mikes, or Anonymouses, Nates, Nicks, Olivers, Patricks, Pauls, Peters, Phils, Roberts, Ryans, Sams, Scotts, Sean's, Shane's, Simon's.
Dave's have sent you. Because, yeah, Dave's not here.
Ted's, Tim's, Tom's, Tyler's, Williams, Zach's, and it's back to the A's. Jeez. Okay, it's going through Chris, Cole, Dan, David, Eric, Jason, Jeff, Jeremy, Joe, John, Jonathan, Keith, Larry, Mark, Matt, Michael, Nick, Patrick, Paul, Peter, Robert, Sean, Simon, Steve, Tim, Walter. There we go. And it... Okay, and now it starts over. Okay, back. What happens if I choose continue? Oh, it just pops back out to the ending bit. Okay. Why do I have 20 karma? Why do I need 20 karma at this point? What am I going to do with 20 karma? Unless I can import a character. In which case, sure. Let me spend 20 karma real quick. There we go. Even quicker. New game, there's not any more stories there. Let's see, are there any more official stories? Okay, well, I'll look into that later, but,
Crap.
what?
I dumped out the coffee grounds
Mhm.
and the compost
Mhm.
out there, and I tapped it a little too hard to loosen the
And you
stuff
broke
up
the
on
bottom?
inside, and it split
Oops.
the bottom, so that won't be any good anymore.
Now it won't. Wash it out and recycle, I guess? If it's a 1 or a 2?
Nope, it's
No?
5.
Ah,
It's
dang.
trash.
It's trash. Okay. Well, yeah, next week I might be starting Shadowrun Dragonfall, since that is a follow-up to this. I don't know how much of a follow-up, but I do know it was originally released as like an expansion for Shadowrun Returns, and then later as a standalone game, and the standalone game is the one that I have. But, yeah. That's probably what I'll be starting next week, unless I change my mind over the weekend. But tomorrow, I will... Yeah, tomorrow evening, 9 p.m. Eastern, is Throne of Games, where I'll be continuing 2 Point Hospital. So, thanks again. Hope to see y'all next time. Have a good night, everybody.